been trying to make this video the whole morning and it's been a bit difficult because our house is very loud today. Alright, first of all, outside there's someone felling a tree. Also, it's December time, so everyone is at home all of the time. And I mean, I can't really do anything about it. It's my parents' house. I am the grown woman still living with them. So I mean, I can't go downstairs and say, hi, I'm trying to make a video. Can you shut your traps? Because, I mean, that's very rude and out of line. I do think it in my head, though. Now, the reason why I'm a grown human woman still living at home is because I'm fortunate enough to do so, okay? I see it as a blessing. And I am someone who has a lot of ambitions and I'm trying to build something great. As an entrepreneur, I'm trying to build something. And having the opportunity to live at home whilst building this is something that I would be forever grateful for. Now, one of the things that I've tried to build along with my dad and my brother was Mieliepap Plaaswinkel. It was our restaurant and it's a brand that's not just like a business to us, it was our brain baby. It's a concept that we came up with when we literally had nothing. And it's like in our hearts, it's something that we love. It's a brand that we love. Unfortunately, at the end of last year, we had to close Mieliepap Bronkhorstspruit, which was our second branch. It's an opportunity that we got, a risk that we took, and it was unfortunately a risk that did not pay off. It did not work, and it left us in a sticky situation with a mountain of debt. But we needed to get up and keep going to try and make the original Mieliepap Kempton Park the best it can be. Unfortunately, the best wasn't besting, and in August, September, we were forced to close down permanently. I'm not gonna lie, this was a so sad. It's a sad situation. You know? The thing is, I don't think people understand the cost involved in running a restaurant. I saw a lot of restaurants, big restaurants, close their door this year, and it's heartbreaking. And I saw a news article in this week about a bunch of very well-known restaurants that were forced to close down. And the comment section, guys, was just not it for me. Because the comments were all along the line of, you guys are so expensive. Maybe if you're not this expensive, we would support you. And the tone in which they said it was like, it's the restaurants choosing to be expensive. And that just simply isn't the case. I mean, I get it. People don't have the money to eat out as often. That's why a lot of restaurants are closing down. I get it. We don't eat out often. Eating out is something for a special occasion. But you need to understand that the same way that your groceries are suddenly double, like you have 2 sakkies and it's 1,000 rand and you're like, how did this happen? It's the same thing for restaurants. We need to buy the, ingredients to make the recipes, and it's also suddenly double expensive for restaurants. Add to that the fact that you have all of this expensive that any other business has, your electricity, your rent, all that type of things, also gas generators, staff. You need to continuously buy new glasses because it keeps breaking. You find out that your staff is stealing from you. Like, it's a lot of things that restaurant owners needs to deal with, and a lot of times it gets to a point where there's nothing left to salvage. It's not your problem. I'm not trying to make anyone feel like it's their problem. It's the restaurant owner's responsibility. They opened the restaurant, they need to manage their bills, but you get to a point where you no longer can. And there's formulas that dictates what the prices of the food is. They don't just willy-nilly think it out. And some restaurants are more expensive than others because of various reasons. Maybe they are in more sought-after locations and their rent is more expensive. Maybe they are bigger and have more staff to pay. Maybe they use more expensive ingredients. They are more fancy, and then it's going to have effect on their price. But people don't just willy-nilly think out the prices. It's worked out, and running a restaurant is expensive. I'm getting off track. This is not the point of my video. I just thought I'd mention that because it breaks my heart to see how many restaurants are forced to close down, and it's just simply that the economy is not economying, you know. Anyway, I was sad about it, I'm not gonna lie, but that's the thing of being an entrepreneur. you are going to fall on your face the whole time. You need to kind of build up a resistance to face falling, because it's never going to stop happening. But you can't wallow in self-pity for too long. I mean, take a day or two, cry a bit. I do that all the time. Feel your feelings, but then you need to stand up and you need to try again. You need to try something else. You need to continue with other things that you're busy with. For me, this year has been bittersweet because, as I said, the restaurant did not work out. It did leave us in a lot of debt that we now need to try and, do something else to pay that debt. But in a lot of other ways, I had a lot of successful ventures. I did my stand-up comedy shows. I did 4 shows this year, 3 in Cape Town and 1 in Centurion or Pretoria or both, depending on your beliefs in the matter. That to me was one of the most amazing experiences. I never dreamed of being a stand-up comedian. I never had the audacity to think that I could do that, because I'm a big fan of stand-up comedy. I watch stand-up comedy all the time, and I never thought that I could do that. And I decided to take a risk and to write my set and to go and do it. And as I was on stage doing my thing, it felt right. It felt like, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So definitely I'm going to look at doing more shows in 2025. One thing about being an entrepreneur is that you need to continue to grow and learn, and you need to figure out your weaknesses and work on your weaknesses. And I realized my biggest weakness is that I'm afraid to look foolish. I don't want to take risks, because if it doesn't work out, I'm going to look stupid. I care so much about what people think. It's actually ridiculous. I don't want to look desperate in the eyes of people. I don't want to ask anyone for anything. I don't want to seem weak. And I've realized that this is why I didn't make it in sales in my youth. Because I didn't want to go ask people for sales because it made me seem desperate. And I'm not desperate. Take it or leave it. Go away. And it's something that I decided to work on. Like, part of being a successful entrepreneur is learning from other people and asking for help when you need help, asking for advice when you need advice, and taking calculated risks, knowing that you might end up failing. Failure is a big part of being a successful entrepreneur. I was very fortunate to work with a lot of amazing brands this year. I was fortunate to work a lot with Simply Biz, who is today's sponsor of this video, and it's to me one of the most amazing platforms and resources to small businesses. First of all, it's free, and you don't need to be a NetBank client in order to use this resource. And to me, I think small businesses are the backbone of our economy, and we need to do more to support small businesses. I try to do it as much as possible, and I think resources such as Simply Biz is a key part of helping people learn more to get the resources they need without breaking the bank. I'm going to put all of the details in the description. It's also in my link tree in my bio. You can go sign up for free, and I want to thank them for everything that they do for small businesses. I'm very excited for 2025. I have a lot of plans. I have a lot of things that I'm going to try. I decided that in 2025, I'm not going to be afraid to look foolish. I'm going to take risks. I'm going to do what I want to do. And maybe by the end of 2025, I'll be able to purchase my own house. And then I don't need to ask anyone to be quiet, because it's going to be quiet because no one's going to be there. It's going to be my house. And then if there's people, I can say, shut your trap. This is my house. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and we'll chat again later. And once again, thank you Simply Biz for sponsoring today's video and for making my entrepreneurial journey a lot easier. Alright, we'll chat again later. Bye bye.